The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Barreto Home Solutions, Bayou Audio and Video, Hot Works on the North Shore, JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington, Black Hawk Hauling, Lil Dizzy's Cafe, Wags Food and Culture, Moe's Pizza, The Green Law Firm, Personal Injury Attorney, Drums Earwear.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move. Move, move, move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I am your host, JB, the sports guy. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We got a great show for you all tonight. Before we get to our special guests, I have to introduce my two co-hosts. You can find both of these guys on CrescentCitySports.com. You got the one and only George Peppers. What's up, GP?
What's up, JB? Doing all right. It's a Monday night, and it's Hash It Out Showtime, boys. Let's get rolling.
And the one and only VK Jones. What's going on, VK?
Good evening, guys. What's going on, everybody? Like, tag, share, and subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on all social media platforms, and also log on to the hashitoutshow.com. This has been interesting weekend indeed in sports, but this week, huge week, we got the girls March Madness.
Yes, we do. We have the girls, March Madness, and getting into our special guest, this lady has built a powerhouse at Amite High School as the head coach of the Amite Lady Warriors. She and her team won a state championship back in 2022. They were in the state championship game last year, and they are back in the March Madness, having a semifinal game Wednesday night, and hopefully playing for a state championship on Friday night. We have the one and only Coach Renee Pierre. Coach, how you doing? And thank you for joining us.
I'm doing good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yes, man, we truly appreciate it. Coach, I want to start off with why or what was it that got you into coaching?
Well, the game of basketball is something I've always loved. Just playing basketball in high school, middle school, and on to college to transfer to Southeastern. It was just a thing that I knew that I would do. A great influence was my high school coach, and I just want to follow along those footsteps. She showed me the way, taught me the way, and I just been doing it ever since.
Let's go back to 2022. You guys won the Class 2A state championship. Talk about that team for a little bit and also winning the feeling of winning that state championship.
2022 was a great year. I must say that was a championship year for us. Um, that team there was very special. Of course, I had my daughter playing for me, along with some cousins and friends that I went to school with at Southeastern and their kids. So it was like a great big family. So once you have a family like that and you play and you love each other like we did, that type of atmosphere is what you want to have in basketball.
Your team got back to the state championship game in 2023, came up short. What has been the mentality of your team this season since that state championship game?
Since the state championship game on last year into this year, uh, the girls have been I mean, just driven. Sometimes I think they're laughing and playing a little too much, but I think it's just a relaxed mode for them. Normally, I kind of don't like that, but hey, it has got me here. So, talking about them and the 2022 team, it's a different type of kids that I deal with the 2023 kids now. But again, they love basketball. They work hard every day in and out, and they want it bad enough to come back to this championship.
What would you say about your team right now? Do you think that your team is playing its best right now, or playing at its peak?
I think that to me, we're playing at our best. Down at the Sugar Bowl, I think we got kind of tired because of so many games and me having fewer numbers. But I think once we got into district and we was playing that 2 games a week, I've seen their best basketball playing. I've gained more people that wants to be on the court and that's contributing. Just not the Haley Broomfield or the Miracle Irving. The other ones are contributing. The Kayla Tofield, my post players, they're coming to work every day and they're contributing 10 and 12 and 14 points. That I gotta have down the stretch.
Wednesday night semifinals basketball game against Doyle. What is it that you've seen on film about Doyle?
Doyle is a very well coached team. We played them last year in the second round. Um, it wasn't. I think it was might have been a 20-point spread, but that doesn't say that's a Doyle team. Doyle is always good year in year out. They were young then. They're probably a more mature team now. I can expect it to be a great ball game. Some say it won't be. I say it will be.
EK.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Coach? We
I'm
appreciate
good.
you
How are
having
you?
us on. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much, accepting our invitation and everything. We promote and we do what we can to tell your story and everything else, and we always wanted to have you on to tell the meat story in itself. And you've been doing a great job with that program and everything.
Thank you.
No problem. I wanted to ask you this. Last season, you had a couple of key injuries, and one of them was Miracle Irvin and everything else, and all of a sudden fell short in the championship. But when you had Tofield returning and a couple others returning, knowing that you had a deep bench last season, that it was a little inexperienced, but they gained more experience. What you think about how the mentality changed coming to this year more than anything else? Did you think some of those veterans that returned was really, really hungry? It felt like this is a time that we need to redeem ourselves after last year.
Yes, definitely. That's all been in their mind. We have to redeem ourselves. You're right. Losing Miracle Irving down in the quarterfinals, that was a big scare for us because, I mean, you're looking at 16, 17 points a game that I'm losing right there. And again, Katisha Jenkins, who's number 42, I missed her all season, who's my post. But with that person, with her back and Miracle back, that's a big plus. And those younger kids that was on the bench that had to step up, that helped them down the stretch as well. They know what they can do.
Absolutely. And looking at the schedule, you continue to do what you do. You continue to schedule some real good opponents, getting some real good wins. I know one of your toughest losses was against a young Ponchatoula team, but I think looking at some of the stories and everything else, it was a great ball game, but it served more like a wake up call to your team more than anything else. And it seemed like y'all took off after that loss since.
Yes, Ponchatoula, of course, they're in our parish. We only see them during the parish tournament. Every year, we can expect it to be a great ball game between us two. Whether she have the best players or whether I have the worst players, we're going after it because we're in the parish together. Yes, Ponchatoula Walker probably was my toughest game. I kind of sat back and I looked over my schedule and I said, you know, when I look at the Division One, I played everyone in Division One except for Parkway. Those people are in the semifinals. In Division Two, I played everybody in Division Two except for Wiseman. Every one of those people I played, teams I played, they're in the semifinals. So we are battle tested.
Absolutely. That's really huge for you, and your team just really don't stop, and y'all just been amazing more than anything else, and especially during the playoff run. And I know what's the approach going into like to the dog game. I know you don't want to take them lightly and everything else, but do you want to really set the tone from the jump and have a great start to a game, and hopefully they can just finish off Doyle and have a chance? But I know your mentality is one game at a time, right?
One game at a time is what I do. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Someone said, "What's your plans if you get to the finals against Rose Pine?" I haven't even moved that far yet. My thing is to take care of Doll on Wednesday night, and then the next game will be what I look forward to. Whether it's Westlake, whether it's Rose Pine, somebody is standing in Amy's way.
Yeah, that's a good attitude there. And I tell you, knowing you now for a while, coach, and everything, how you carry it out, you just but at the same time, you're very humble with it, but at the same time, you're just so confident in your team.
Yes.
But the kids show on the court with your confidence. So, but
Yeah,
next
well,
question.
I'm a strong
But
believer. Your players gonna play how you coach them. They're gonna emphasize and do whatever they see you do. So, my kids are very humble kids. They're very likable kids. No matter where we go, they just play hard, love basketball.
absolutely. And looking at the area in itself, I mean, once again, this area, especially in Southeast Louisiana, in that Ponchatoula area, like you have your like once again, you have yourselves. This time you have St. Thomas Aquinas and Albany making it to the women's top 28 more than anything else. And it seemed like that area continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger by the years.
It does. It does. And like you said, Albany and St. Thomas. Actually, I'm at the game now. I was just watching St. Thomas supporting them within our parish because they're in our parish. Albany is not in our parish, but in my district. But yet and still, we're neighbors. We're neighbors, and we support each other no matter what.
Very much. And who and is the game still going on with St. Thomas Aquinas? And if not, who won that game tonight?
When I left out to come do the interview, University Lab was winning for about maybe
Okay.
six, I think it was,
Okay. Pretty
and it
good
was into
game
the
there.
fourth quarter.
Hmm. Not surprising on that one. Last weekend, me and JB came out to Hammond to check out UNO and also Southeastern, and we had UNO's coach on the show and everything else. So we decided to come out there. Your daughter, Jen Pierre, has been unbelievable on the floor. I mean, she's really contributing very well to Southeastern and more than anything else. It seems like the intensity from her, and she always says it comes from you. What's your thoughts on how your daughter is continuing to really work hard
That
out there to make her achievements on and off the court at Southeastern Louisiana?
Yes, she always says it comes from me. It comes from me. I pushes her, you know, before a game, after a game, whether she played good, I'm gonna text her. And if it's a bad game, I tell her, you wasn't hitting on my money tonight. It's not all about her scoring, it's just her effort and the ball handling and not having any turnovers. I'm big on that. I'm not worried about her scoring. The scoring to come. But yet and still, yes, I push her hard. I expect her to do the best she can.
Talk about the camaraderie you and her have as mother and daughter, especially. I know it was a little bit hard for you after her last year playing for you and everything else, but with her not being that far from you at Southeastern, it seemed like y'all really are a tight knit group.
Yes, that was one reason she wanted to stay close to home. She wanted to make sure that I continue to do what I do, and that's coach. And I was able to come see her play when she was playing. Otherwise, she wasn't trying to go too far from me. She wanted to stay near so I can get there. We just have that relationship. She looks to hear what I have to say about a game. She may call me in the middle of the night and say, "Hey, we play UNO tomorrow night. This is what we got to watch. Go on the TV and look at this move this girl got. Tell me what I got to do." And we talk about it. But one thing I can tell you that whatever I tell her, she may or may not do it because her coach didn't tell her to do it. She's gonna listen to Coach Alam. Whatever they tell her, forget about what Mama say. Okay, Mama, I got you. But Coach Ayla didn't say that, and I respect that because I want her to be like that.
Yeah.
That's a big adjustment right there, and I tell you that was a great game on Saturday. It was like the
Yes.
if anybody pay, I know they did a little special kind of thing Saturday for the fans, but at the same time, if you paid, like I told Jared, I said that you paid your money, you got your money's worth in
Oh
that
yeah,
ball game
yeah,
on
great
Saturday.
game. Yes, it was a great game.
Absolutely, George Peppers.
Coach Pierre, first of all, thank you for taking the time for joining us on the show tonight, and congratulations on the season up until this point. State semifinals, third straight year that's happening. Talk
Thank
about the accomplishments to this point. I know the job's not done, but three straight years into the semifinals, you got a state title in 22, as mentioned, lost last year. Talk about the season trail this year, and just go ahead and tell me about that.
you. The trail from this year is what you're asking me
Yes, ma'am.
into the championship, into the semifinals. Um,
Yes.
I think we, going into the semifinals, I think we're okay. I think that our games that we played early in the year has really helped us and learn from those small mistakes. Miracle Irving wasn't at 100, and I mean, hey, we played against the Southern Labs, and Southern Lab has beat some good people, some good teams, and I know that with playing them and early in the year with her not being 100, and she was still able to put up maybe 16, 17, 18 points. I know that I'm in a good place right now. I don't think it. I think I know it.
I love your confidence. I absolutely love your confidence. But the thought process and some of the games you lost, you got three Division 1 semifinal teams on that loss schedule. What was the thought process when you put this schedule for this year's team together?
Okay, so I'm normally not the schedule maker.
Okay.
uh, my assistant coach, Ron Jackson, is. I'm not sure if you all know, but we lost him in July this past year. So he put that schedule together. We talk about the schedule, but I let him just pretty much put it together. My thought process with doing that schedule, I have to play those type of teams to make sure that my team know what we'll be up against in the long run. Not only that, I need that during the time we play our district. My district is not very strong, so in order for me to be sitting where I am now, I have to go up against that competition. So I put in my kids' head, just like they put their uniform on, we put ours on. Just like they
Yep.
lace their shoes up, we lace ours up. It's all about who wanted the most. And at that time, sometimes it's us, and 5 times this year it's been them.
How do you like the format? We have a whole week of top-notch basketball leading into championships over the weekend. What do you think of this format? The way it's just basically, it feels like an elongated celebration of the accomplishments of the teams that get there. Talk about the format and likes and dislikes.
Well, start out with the bye. I found it kind of hard with us having a bye. 4 teams are off.
Right?
You don't have a game. Everybody's just playing. You got a whole week to prepare and not play. That was a challenge for me last year and this year. We're going into the semis. We've been off since Thursday. Um, Not playing until Wednesday. That's another week to me, even though it's
Right?
Thursday. I don't know if I kind of like that because we sit back and have to practice every day, keep them motivated, try to avoid injuries, just different things I can throw at you with that.
Your defense has really been a hallmark here in these playoffs, giving up 60 points in 2 games. A team like, how do you feel like your defense has been able to predicate what you guys do offensively?
Our defense create our offense. That's just given. We like the press. Everybody knows that. If it's
Yep.
not working for me, I'm out of it. I'm not going to be one of those coaches that say, hey, that's 6 points getting up on a layup. I cannot face that. Either we're doing right that night or we're not. And if we're not, we're coming out. But believe we're going back.
It's just true. What do you think is the strongest attribute of your team for this year in 2024? What do you feel like your team's strongest attribute is?
Um, it's still my defense. I think it's my defense because we're not very big. We probably start a 5'9" at the tallest. I think we have one 6-footer, but I think my defense is still my joy. My joy.
Right. Um, and look, you're into the semifinals against Doyle on Wednesday night, and then I think the turnaround you play Friday if you get to the finals against
It
either
will be
Rose.
Saturday. It will be Saturday.
Oh, it's
Get to the
Saturday.
finals.
Okay, so it's okay. I know you're talking. I know coaches hate to do this because I don't want to look ahead either. But if you pass them, chances are you may see the number 1 team in this bracket in Rose Pine. What do you know or have heard about that group?
It means a
Rose
lot.
Pine is similar to me. They have everybody returning back. I know that it'll be a challenge for us, but like I told my girls, they have something to defend. We don't. We're 2A state champions. We're not
right?
Division 3 yet. And until then, we have to prove that we can be Division 3 champions. So long as I can get my girls to bite into that, we're hoping that we have that rematch on Saturday.
Well, and centering back to the game Wednesday, Doyle. Talk about some keys that you're going to have to do. That's an excellent basketball team you're playing. You're an excellent team yourself. It should be a fascinating semifinal. But talk about some, things that are going to have to happen for a meet to prevail and move on to Saturday.
Saturday, we're going to have to box out, of course, and rebound. You talking about Saturday or are you talking about
No,
Wednesday?
no, no, no. The semifinal against Doyle. What are you going to have
Semifinal
to do to win
against,
that game?
okay, yeah, the semifinal game against Doyle. Yes, we're gonna have to do some boxing out, of course, uh, and also guarding the three. They like to shoot out. They like to have a five out. Sometimes four out, one in. We just have to go out and play our best defense on that night, and I think we're capable of doing it.
How do you compensate for your lack of size? And you mentioned your tallest player, I believe you said was 5'9". How do you compensate for your lack of size, especially in the interior?
One word: speed.
That
Speed.
works every time, doesn't it?
It works for me.
Absolutely, the Roadrunner in trail, but that's a good thing. And last question for me: what would it mean to you? I mean, this is your third consecutive semifinal, but let's say the storybook ending happens and you beat, say, Rose Final, whoever it is, and you win your second title in 3 years. What would it mean to you? I know you're going to deflect it about your girls, but for you personally, that's three straight championship games, two times you'll be on top. What would it mean to you?
It'll mean a lot to me, because as always, they always told the girls and they always say, oh, y'all only gonna get one championship and that's what 2022, or y'all not gonna be able to do it without Jen. And they have proven it wrong. They've been here, this is the second year here, going into the semifinals. So we're looking to go into the championship with the same group of girls. But as far as me, I think it'll mean a lot to me. For one, for my assistant coach, because this was his dream. It was never my dream to be a high school coach, but it was his dream that I come over and be the high school coach. So, but this will mean a whole lot to me as well.
Coach Pierre, we want to wish you the best of luck Wednesday and going forward throughout the tournament. And also, thank you for joining us tonight. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Coach.
Take care.
You
Thank you,
too.
Coach.
Huh?
That was Coach Renee Pierre. And guys, Amite has a great, great chance of winning the state title this year. They had a couple injuries last season, and they still lost to Rose Pine in the title game by I think 6 points. So just imagine the key players that were out actually played in the state championship ball game last year. But let's move on to this year. Tough game coming up against Doyle, but I think Amite gets it done. I really do with the type of athletes and talent they have on their team. VK.
I agree. I definitely agree. I think Doyle possibly. I think it might be is their toughest game to date because how good Doyle is and they're very hungry in itself. I think it'll be an intense ball game early, but I think Meat settles down and they take off and handle business from there. And I don't think it'll be if Rose Pine gets to either whoever they play, they're gonna have to really play their best game, and I think they're gonna really come out. If it's Rose Pine and it's that's a rematch from last year. It's going to be a lot of payback on a meets minds, and they're going to really want to do some things to try to win it all. But Amy knows that they got to play 4 quarters and finish the job, and that's the thing that they got to do to win their second title in 3 years. And I think if they win it all, that'll be really, really sweet for Coach Renee, also for the school, but personally for that team because like she was saying, some people were saying that, oh, I don't know if y'all gonna win it without Jen. And now I'm gonna say this: if them injuries, if they were healthy last year, they'd have went back to back. Now this year they could have been a three-peat, but they're gonna. I think they got a great chance to win their second title in 3 years.
Before I move on to George Peppers, I love what she said that we haven't defended anything. We haven't won a Division 3 non-select. They did. So I love that mentality that she put into that mentality right there. I love it because y'all have it. Y'all won 2A. Y'all the last class 2A champions ever. So,
Yep.
but I love that mentality. Number two, I think the LHSAA saw something because that is the main event. The last game being played Saturday night, Division 3 non-select at 8 o'clock p.m. I think the LHSAA knows something. I
I'm,
think they
I'm
know
just
they're
I'm
getting
just
a rematch. That's what I think.
I'm just looking at that too. I didn't realize that. I paid attention, but I didn't realize because usually a meet will play on a Friday night, but
Mm-hmm.
they got them on a Saturday. So yeah, they're playing in Hammond. This is like kind of like home court for them a little bit because think about it. Remember Ponchatoula won the title a couple years ago, and last year got to the title game. They were in the prime spot on Saturday. So pretty much it's they're basically catering to whoever's there and everything else. Now, hopefully at St. Thomas Aquinas wins. I'm wondering their schedule to go that championship game on Saturday as well. If they are, you know what I'm saying, what it is going to be in Hammond in itself. So, but if a meet gets it done on Wednesday night, expect a humongous crowd on Saturday.
Go ahead, George Peppers.
So that's the last game Saturday if it happens, right?
That
Is
is
what you're
correct.
telling me. Mandeville Walker, a potential Division 1 final between undefeated Walker and Mandeville, a game that was an airtight game. It's not going to be the last game on Saturday.
It's gonna be the
That's
third game.
that's intense. And I'll say
Wow,
this:
that's
that's intense. That
I
really
thought.
is.
Wow.
Well,
Go ahead, George.
Good.
I know interruption. I get it,
Yeah.
but I'm kidding. But no, it's funny. And look, this sounds. I don't want to sound like because I see all these TikToks of people with the NFL talking about the script has been leaked. So you saying that you got a script, Jared? That's what I need
No,
to
I don't
know.
have a script. I think
Oh,
I
okay.
think they looked at it after
I
after
think they looked at potential
after
matchups, right?
Thursday. I think they looked
Hmm.
at it and said, "Yo, we got a rematch happening right here. Probably. Let's put that
Right.
last. Let's put
I
that
mean, you
last."
got
Me,
two.
I
You
probably
got
would have
two.
put. I probably would have put Mandeville and Walker last. To be honest with you.
That's Yeah, considering Walker is undefeated and Mandeville is a terrific, terrific, terrific basketball team. I mean, they've got a tough semifinal ahead, but
Hmm.
seems like it's a collision course. But back to this, Amy. Interesting that the team they play, Doyle, is a 5-0, 4-1 team. Defense and speed is always key, but if Doyle's hitting shots early, that's going to take Amy a little while to get themselves into the footing of the basketball game.
Yeah.
If Doyle is missing shots, that sets a meet up beautifully because you could get out on the open floor in transition and get some easy buckets. The only danger in that, even if Doyle's missing early, and let's say Amit gets a lead, Doyle could shoot their way back in the game. So Amit's going to have to be on point from start to finish. You don't let up because a team like Doyle that can score, you know, that can score in bunches, I feel like Amit has the inherent advantage here, and I feel like Coach Pierre is going to put this team into the finals. But I've done some reading at Rose Pine. Those girls are, I mean, they're the reigning champs.
That's right.
They're the reigning champs, and they're the one seed, and they have not lost a ball game, if I'm not mistaken. Um, it's gonna be a tough ask, but doable because, as you mentioned, they were shorthanded last year and lost by 6. I think it was. You said
About six
they
points.
lost by 6.
Short-handed. Yes.
Okay, but
Miracle Irving is back this year.
they ran out of gas late. It's what that sounds like. They were out early and just couldn't finish the job.
Rose Pine took
Uh,
advantage of the injuries.
Lack
I
of
think
depth.
I think they took advantage big time on the injuries because I
Yeah.
was there for the semifinal game and they won that game but barely. And
Mm-hmm.
I can just see right then and there if them girls are healthy, they blow that team out. So I just
Who?
knew right then and there how, when they meet beat
Last year.
last year in the
Yeah.
semis.
Yeah, talking about last
They,
season.
They
Okay.
beat one by
yeah,
what? 2 points, right?
they beat the team that they beat in the semis by at least 10. They would have beat them by more if those players would have been healthy.
I thought it's
Mhm.
4. I looked it up.
Because I seen a lot of
Less than that.
lackadaisical. Yeah, I seen a lot of lackadaisical more than anything else in that ball game.
Like take for granted.
So yeah, but that was what I was saying because of the injuries. I
Gotcha.
just knew right then and there that they might be in trouble against Rose Pine. They might be in trouble, and that's what happened because they took advantage of the injuries and everything else and the inexperience,
Mhm.
and that's how Rose Pine got it done. And I just knew right then and there next season, especially the girls that were coming back, I'm like, Amy's gonna be back up in there. The biggest thing is they just gotta stay
They
healthy. If
meet
they stay
they
healthy,
meet one by
they're
22
gonna
that
be
game against Winfield.
22.
Against Winfield, 22
Winfield last season.
last year.
Hold
I just
on.
looked it up.
He's gonna look. He's gonna look
You
to
ain't
make
gotta
sure
look
you're
it up.
not
I just
lying
looked it
to
up,
him.
bro. I just looked it up.
No, no, no. Hold on.
But while VK's looking up, I want to interject this.
You don't need to look it
You
up.
know,
Just look it up.
No, no, no.
the
I'm
confidence.
trying to get it. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm trying
Yeah.
to. I'm trying to. No, I'm not. I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to tell what happened in that.
ReferenceDesports.com. Go ahead.
Oh wow.
Whatever, Joe.
No, listen. I wanted to interject a few things about the bracket, that bracket, because Rose Pine is in an area that wasn't too far from me where I used to live. Remember, I used to live in Bunkie, and they're in the state semifinals. We'll talk about them in a little while, but boy, they got a tough ass, don't they, against Lafayette Christian? Um, that's yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I feel too.
Yeah.
Terrific season by them, but we'll talk about that later on as we dive into the semifinals of not Marsh Madness. Let's
Marshlands. Yes.
yeah, exactly. We are very prideful of our pronunciation. It should be a well attended. It's always a well attended event. The passion that some of these schools, I say some, but the schools that usually get there that frequent the top 28, um, they get there and they represent well. Uh, I'm going to ask you both a question, and this is I don't want to say I guess hypothetical, but if of the brackets that are left, of the brackets that are here, what state final would you two pay to see if you had to pick one final to go see, potential final? Who would it be and why?
It's Walker and
Mandeville?
Mandeville. Walker and
Yep,
Mandeville.
Walker
Reason
Mandeville.
being, Walker has a chance to be undefeated.
sure.
Slash Mandeville can be the one in the one loss column for Walker.
VK.
That's why I want to see that one.
I I agree with. I say the same thing. I agree with Jared, Mandeville, and Walker. And then on top of that, you look at that game and potentially what it could be and everything else. This could possibly be a one of maybe another great state championship game. If it's
Hmm.
similar to what happened with Parkway and Ponchatoula a couple years ago, how that
Right.
game went, my
Hmm.
goodness, we're gonna have a treat on
Now,
Saturday. And looking at the schedule, they are actually that as Division One non-select. That is actually the second to last game of the championship. It's the second to last, 6 p.m. So there's
okay.
6 p.m. and then they meet if they make the
If Amy
final.
gets there,
If Amy gets there, they'll be the capital of the whole thing. You know.
I
But
wonder the thought process about putting Amy and potentially Amy. I mean, this could blow up, and if let's say Doyle gets there, oops,
I,
that may be
and sometimes you gotta. I get it, but sometimes you gotta just it's nothing wrong with improvising, but then sometimes you want to really get a good home gate. A great example, there were a couple years that Washington Marion made the top 28. Washington Marion and also St. Louis Catholic. And the
yeah,
crowds were nuts. And I still ain't forget the state championship game between Washington Marion and Bossier. There was not a seat left. That's how big it is. And they put it in the capital. And some people's like, why they put it? I'm like, look at common sense. This is the hometown team.
yep.
You have to put them in the prime spot. You have to. You have to put them in the prime spot more than anything else. and so you can get your. That's where you get your biggest gate. That's where you get your
They
biggest
don't do
crowd.
that. They don't do that for football.
No, they do
Huh?
not.
Division one last for football and for football both nights, for Friday and
Yep,
Saturday.
they did.
They did. They did.
This past season,
Yeah. No. No. But I'm saying like. No. I'm saying like George was talking about how that Amy got
last game,
that last game.
Yeah,
potential.
Like
I,
we didn't
I
see
think they just
manifest.
looked at it. I think they looked at it, and I think that plays a factor. But I'm telling you, Mandeville would have brought their people. That's just a straight shot across I-12.
So skipping
No,
a jump.
I agree.
Yeah, that's it.
I agree with I
I-12.
agree with you. I'm not saying not to, but the good thing about it, they're the game before Emmy. So
No,
that's
it ain't before it.
no no
It's two
no
games.
no the schedule you sent me.
No, Saturday 6 o'clock. My fault.
Thank
Saturday
you.
6 o'clock. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
All right. To answer
Yeah.
my own question to you both, I'm going to make it unanimous. And based on one thing, they played each other already, and they were at Walker, and they were, I think, what free throws was the difference in that game. Walker hitting some free throws late, winning it by I think 4 at home. Now it's a neutral site in Hammond, and look, I know Jared and I before the playoffs we were on Mandeville, and I know we're going to probably forecast this going forward. Question is, how many games? There's 4 games on Saturday, right? If I'm not mistaken.
5.
5. Okay, 5. So I'm guessing they start at 12, perhaps. I think. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Hold on,
That's why
hold
I'm
on, hold
kind of.
on, hold on, hold on. I got it.
I got you.
The
But I'm gonna say
schedule.
Mandeville Walker for me.
Yes, there's 5 championship games Friday, 5 championship games Saturday. They all start at noon. And can you believe the Division One Select state championships will start at 12 noon on Saturday?
That's crazy.
That's the first title
Yes,
game.
yes. It's like the mea culpa, the appetizer. That ain't
It-
even the main course.
they're
You
getting
know.
they're getting the treatment. They're getting the Division One Select is getting the treatment like like George Washington Carver the last couple years that their state championship starts early to start the day.
Hmm.
So that
I just
like
hope the camera work is better this year than last. I'm just saying.
wow.
All
You
right,
know.
all right. We about to move on and do some
Move
picks
on.
for these girls. These girls semifinals. So let's get started. I I don't know what happened. My headphones just went crazy. Like y'all got my eardrums banging right now. But I guess I got to deal with it because I don't know what happened. But anyway, here we go.
Hope it's
All
not
right.
our fault.
No, I think my headphones probably died, but it's with being plugged up to this mic. It's just hitting hard. But anyway, let's move on. I'm gonna deal with it. Division One non-select. We got Walker and Parkway. Um, Thursday night. I got Parkway. Do y'all agree?
I
Parkway?
I
Hmm?
got Walker winning that game. It's gonna be very close.
That's
Parkway.
what I meant. I meant Walker. I'm sorry, George. I'm sorry, George. I meant Walker. Yes, I got Walker this year. VK, you
I
got
got
Walker.
Walker. I got Walker as well. Should be very close game. Parkway is gonna really fight all the way to the end, not giving up. They're the defending state champs for a reason, but at the same time, I think Walker is the better team, and they'll get the job done.
GP, who you got?
I'm gonna make it unanimous. I think the Panthers of Parkway get it done. Won't be easy though. I mean, I'm sorry, Walker. What am I saying? Hello, now I'm making the same mistake you're making. Yikes! Give me the Walker Wildcats. I think they're gonna go to the finals. What am I saying? I'm denying us a championship buffet with Mandeville and Walker because I feel like it's a crash course, and I think I just gave away the other game. But I'm gonna go Walker.
All right, game two was Mandeville and Denham Springs. I got Mandeville. VK, who you got?
I got Mandeville. Expect this game to be close. Mandeville will pull away in the fourth.
GP.
I don't know about the pull away part. I think this game is close all the way to the buzzer. Denham Springs, great job by those young ladies to get themselves back into this position. Remember, for a little while, back in the early 2000s and whatnot, into the 210s, this was a very consistent group. They had a little fall off, but they're back into the mix now. I don't think they're ready. I think Coach Weinmunson and company, but I think it's a close game. But Mandeville finds a way late too much scoring on their side, and I think there's too much clutch shooting late skippers to the final.
All right. Division one select. We got Huntington taking on Woodlawn or Baton Rouge. I have Huntington. Who you got, Mr. VK Jones?
It's a toss up right here, man. It's a
A
real good
toss,
talk. This is a
toss
toss
up.
up right here, man.
Not
It's a
to me.
real. It's a, not to you. My thing is like how good is Huntington? You know what I'm saying? How good they are, and then on top of that, Woodlawn has been digging and digging and digging. They're 5 seed more than anything else. But I'm gonna go with Huntington. Huntington looks like they've been the dominant team out of the two and
Mhm.
everything else. I think Woodlawn's gonna come and play, but I think Huntington's just gonna settle down and they'll take off and cruise from there.
Who you got, GP?
I don't know much about either group. Haven't seen either group. But based on reading and interpretations and whatnot, and have not seen much in the way of tape, I'm going to go with the 1 seed because a lot of the buzz is about that group. I think Huntington finds a way. Woodlawn Baton Rouge, great effort by getting here, but I feel like the top seed is a top seed, and they're going to show themselves into that second half and get it done.
All right. Liberty, John Curtis. I got John Curtis getting back to the state title game. GP. VK first.
I'm gonna go with John Curtis. I think Liberty has a very talented team, and they got a girl that's really, really good on the inside and everything else. But if Curtis gets her in foul trouble, they are a different team. I seen them. I seen it against Santa Maria, how that game turned out and everything else. And you see how what Santa Maria did in the playoffs and pushing in that quarters. So the thing is, this Liberty team's talented, but when one of them main girls is in foul trouble, they're a different team. I like Curtis in this ball game.
George Peppers.
I feel like Coach Alana is going to get her team back. It's a redemption for John Curtis. Not winning it last year, um, knocking out the defending state champions last week in decisive fashion. I feel like the Lady Patriots. Look, VK's right about Liberty. That's a talented basketball team, but you get old girl in foul trouble. That could be a problem, a big problem. And a Curtis team that could get you in a lot of waves. They could beat you in many different ways. And the versatility of John Curtis is what's going to prevail and put them into the finals against Huntington.
All right. We're going to Division two non-select. First game is Warsman against Albany. We already said this is the Warsman Invitational, so I think we all agree Warsman, right?
Wassman.
All right. George, Warsman?
Ah, uh, yeah, Wassman. Listen, there's no way, no how they lose. And look, maybe we're putting the gree on them. I don't think so. I think this team is that doggone good. And Albany, listen, great effort by the young ladies from there. And this is going to be a semi de facto home game because they're not far from Hammond. But I feel like Wassman is they just press you and defend like no one's business. And that's just going to overwhelm Albany and they'll win a decisive basketball game.
All right. Other side of the bracket, we have Church Point and South Beauregard. I'm going to go with the 6 seed, Church Point. I think Church Point's going to get there. VK.
I think Church Point has made a great run all throughout the playoffs, getting into this point. But I gotta go with the 2 seed. Gotta go with the 2 seed.
George Peppers.
There's very few times I agree with VK. This is one of them. I'm joking when I say that tongue in cheek. But listen, I'm going to go on this theory. Church Point put their eggs in the basket against Bastrop. I'm not sure they're going to respond fast enough. I know the turnaround's decent, but South Beauregard has been special. They're going to beat Church Point. It'll be a good game, but South Bowl gets it done.
All right, Church Point, don't let me down. All right, moving on to Division Two. Division Two select. We said this is the Lafayette Christian Invitational. We said that. So we have Lafayette Christian taking on Bunky, and we all agree Lafayette Christian defeats Bunky. The other side of the bracket, Madison Prep and Vanderbilt Catholic. This may be the best semifinal game the entire week. Um, I'm going to go Vanderbilt Catholic over Madison Prep. VK.
Great turnaround for Madison Prep. What we seen last season, comparing it this year. And I
Yeah,
said it myself.
definitely.
I said it from last year. We was at the playoff game. I said they could be better next year because
Yeah.
they're young
Yep.
and they are much better this year. They got a very good front court more than anything else, and I think that's going to be a factor. But I think the experience of Vanderbilt Catholic and trying to get back to the state finals, I think Vanderbilt Catholic get it done. It'll be a very close game. It's probably going to be maybe one of the best games of the week.
Yeah. George Peppers.
You would think so, but I got to go back to the first game for a second because I want to pay tribute to the Bucky Lady Panthers. That was a program that was in a myriad of struggles early when I used to live up there. Now, with the regime changes that they've had and the addition of top end players, great season. It ends against Lafayette Christian. I agree. VK. I was gonna mess with Jared and say, man, who's he talking for? What if I wanted to pick Bucky? But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I don't think that. I mean, look, great effort by those young ladies, but Jada Reshaw doesn't play for Bunky. She plays for LC. Now to this second game, Madison Prep and Vanderbilt Catholic. Look, I'm a fan of the Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers. I think they're going to be the sacrificial lambs to Lafayette Christian. They'll beat Madison Prep in a very spirited affair, but they'll go to the finals. I'm going Lady Terriers, VC.
All right. So let's move on. I think we all already said that for Division 3 non-select, we're gonna go Rose Pond against Amite. I think we all said that, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, making sure no one said Westlake. Just wanted to make sure that guys.
Yeah,
Okay, Division 3 select. We're gonna go to right now. Let me get it up on the screen for you all, please, right quick.
finals already set.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we're going to pick the finals. Yes, we are. The finals are set for Division 3 select. As you can see, University Lab took out St. Thomas Aquinas 50-42, and Parkview Baptist took out Holy Savior Menard 65-46. We have a Baton Rouge final happening. Um, happening what day? Let me see. Let me see.
March
Saturday at
1st,
6 o'clock. Saturday at 6 o'clock. I will pick.
Friday at 6 o'clock.
Friday.
Yeah, that's right. Friday. My fault. My fault. It is Friday. Y'all ain't gotta jump.
Hmm.
Y'all ain't gotta jump on me like that. Anyway,
Oh, boy.
Friday at Friday at 6. I'm sorry. Yes, Friday at 6. I think University Lab pulls this one out. Remember, no. Well, I was going to think about another team. No, but I'm sticking with University Lab. I think they pull this out over Parkview Baptist. VK.
This is a definitely toss-up game. This is going to be a very, very good championship game in the same, not just in the Baton Rouge, but the same district.
Yeah,
And I tell you, I mean, and I know both battles have been unbelievable. I would be surprised they probably split during the regular season. It's going to be a close one. And University Lab looking to get their first state title in a while because they've been there before.
yeah.
But I think Parkview Baptist finally gets through and wins a state championship. I think Parkview Baptist gets it done.
George Pepper. Somebody text me saying, "Oh, you getting old, bro. You forgetting stuff."
Wow. I'll say this: they did play each other in the
everybody
regular
jumping on me.
season.
Everybody jumping on me tonight. Go ahead, George Peppers.
You got that, JB. Listen, they played each other in the regular season, January 23rd to be exact, and it was at Parkview. And University beat them at 13. Now we're on a neutral court. Man, give me the Cubs. No. Give me University. They've tested themselves. I'm looking at the schedule. They do have a game against Mandeville on that schedule that they played this year and they lost. Close. Woodlawn Baton Rouge, another good team that's in the semifinals. They lost to them by one. Madison Prep. They did get beat 14 points in that game. Madison Prep's in the state semifinals. Listen, guys, I'm all about the University Lab Lady Cubs. They beat the team that beat the number one seed, Dunham. University's beating Parkview Baptist this week.
All right, we are at Division 4. Division 4 non-select, and as you can see right here, Arcadia took out Lakeview already 60-29. So being played right now, 8 o'clock. It's White Castle against Oakdale. I'm going with White Castle. VK.
White Castle and Oakdale. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like those Lady Dogs myself. White Castle.
Go ahead, GP.
Um, so we're picking the second semifinal, White Castle and Oakdale.
Yep.
Game's probably if it's at 8 o'clock. It says here, so I'm guessing they did tip off, and we'll find out who won later. I'm go with the old hamburger chain, White Castle.
See. All right. Let's see Division 4 select right quick. Let's get this up. No, these games have not been played yet. Division 4 select. So we're gonna
Nope.
we're gonna pick the semis. We have Southern Lab against Sacred Heart. I'm going with Southern Lab. Who you got, VK?
Southern Lab and Sacred Heart. I got Southern Lab. Southern Lab has just been so tough all year. And then on top of that, they gave Lafayette Christian possibly not really their only loss of the year.
The only loss, Southern Lab. Yep.
So Southern Lab, and not now I tell you, Kiana Cheney, I think is the coach over at Southern Lab, has done an unbelievable job. She played with Tamika Johnson at
Mhm.
LSU, and I mean she's done some wonders. She's been there, done that, bringing state championships to Southern Lab. So I like Southern Lab in this one.
All right, GP.
You beat Lafayette Christian, you got me. Southern Lab knocks out Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart's been pretty good in these playoffs, but Southern Lab has given up a total of 37 points in two playoff games. Defense, 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 and they'll do enough. They'll handle Sacred Heart and get to the final.
All right, we have Hamilton Christian against Northwood Lena. I have Northwood Lena getting to the championship. VK.
Northwood Lean, a hell of a program. They are really, really good, and I think and I think it's gonna. They played each other last year in a hell of a game, and they're gonna face each other again. Northwood Lena Southern Lab Part Two. I like Northwood Lena.
All right, George.
Make it three. I'm gonna go with the two seed. Yes, Hamilton Christian's been gold in these playoffs, but the Northwood Lena team looks like a team on a mission. Two resounding playoff wins, and I think they're gonna. It's a collision course. Them and Southern Lab for the title on March the 1st, which is Friday.
All right. Thank you for reminding me what day March the 1st is on.
I'm just, hey man, hey, what are friends for,
Oh,
my dog?
I know,
oh,
right?
JB. Oh, JB.
Exactly.
All right. Division 5 now select Hicks versus Midland. I got Midland. I got the 4 seed. VK.
Hicks versus Midland. You know what? Give me Hicks. Give me Hicks.
GP.
That pick was based on he don't know nothing about either team. I don't blame you because I don't either. I'm not gonna lie, but Darren picking Midland trying to be against the one seed. What's wrong with you? Oh, I forgot you don't like favorites. Um, but in this case, just based on results, I'm looking at the bracket right here. I mean, I'm gonna take the favorite. I'll take Hicks.
Okay. In the bottom half, we got Anna Coco taking on Fairview. I have Anna Coco. VK.
Ooh, going Anna Coco with the win. Man, that's gonna be interesting.
Bravery.
Fairview, Fairview is really, really a good program. Very good
They are.
program, indeed. It's gonna be a good game against Anna Coco. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm gonna agree with JB. Leaning towards Anna Coco in a squeaker.
Yeah.
I'll be the lone wolf here, boys. I got Fairview big. They score. Look at the score numbers that they put up: 75 and 81 in two playoff games. It's a fast motion offense they play. Anacoco's got nothing for them. I think Fairview's going to the final.
All right. I hear you, brother. All right.
I hear me too.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Wait, what about Select Division 5?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I
You're welcome.
totally yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just keep on beating me up today. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ain't nobody beating you up. Stop it.
Man. All right. So we have one game that was played already, and that was J.S. Clark Academy defeating Family Christian 50-36. And now the next game that will be played, that will be tomorrow, Oak Hill versus Plainview. I got Oak Hill, VK.
I just wanted to make a clarification. That's the Joseph S. Clark Leadership Academy in North Louisiana, not down here in New
That's not
Orleans.
the New Orleans one. Okay, I wanted to make sure of that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
this is the one in I think in Shreveport.
yeah.
So because I talked to a couple people last year about it in top 20, say no sir, we're from this. I'm like, oh, okay. So this is the that's why I wanted to get a clarification. But I quick Oak Hill, the one seed, getting it done and getting to the finals.
All right, George Peppers.
Another team that looks like it score a lot of points. Oak Hill. Yeah, I'm with you. Oak Hill goes to the finals, and good job for J.S. Clark to get to the final. But Oak Hill wins this game against Plainview, and they will play Friday afternoon at 12 o'clock against J.S. Clark.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to go through some of the boys' games that's happening tomorrow. I want to go through some of the divisions and give y'all some picks of the second round game right here when we come back on the Hash It Out Show.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hiller from Ponchatoula Lady Wave, and you're watching the Hash Out Show.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I am your host, JB the Sports Guy. I'm joined by VK Jones and George Peppers. All right, guys, let's get right into it. Let's go with Division One non-select, and I just need an answer quickly. We got a lot to get into. We don't need a lot of explanations on this one. Zachary against East St. John. I got Zachary. Who you got, VK?
Zachary,
George Peppers.
Zachary, move on.
All right. HL Bourgeois and Ruston. I'm going Ruston. VK.
I'm gonna go with Rustin as well.
All right.
I'm gonna be the lone wolf. I'll go with the Braves. That team looks like a team that could do some damage. HL Bourgeois close.
All right. So when VK said JS Clark is in North Louisiana, I was kind of thinking what this guy said. He said they are in Opelousas. That's what I was thinking. JS Clark is in Opelousas. So it's pretty much close to Central. Little bit,
Central.
Central Louisiana.
little bit less southern, closer, Okay, anyway, moving on. Moving
It's
on.
down in New Orleans.
Natchitoches Central, West Monroe. I got Natchitoches Central. Who you got?
Negative Central,
BK.
West Monroe. Okay. I got negative Central.
All right. George.
West Monroe, nice win first round. Not tonight. Natchitoches Central gets it done.
All right. Terrebonne at Denham Springs. I saw Hornville play Live Oak. Live Oak is in the same district with Denham Springs. Live Oak has a win over Denham Springs. Terrebonne can actually go in there and get the upset. I'm telling y'all, this game gonna be closer than what we think, but I think Denham Springs pulls it away. VK.
I gotta agree with you on that. I definitely agree. I think it's gonna be very close, and I think Denham Springs finds a way to get it done at the end.
All right, GP.
Denham Springs wins it. Terrebonne will fight them all the way though, but the Yellow Jackets get it done.
All right, let's go back to giving our answers quickly. New Iberia versus Neville. This is definitely Nish, Nish. New Iberia, VK.
Nish.
Yep. George Peppers.
Nish, New Iberia.
All right. Walker at Southside. I think we got a good ball game on our hands. Southside, VK.
Sharks. Southside.
George Peppers.
I'm gonna go with Southside as well.
All right. Slidell. Central of Baton Rouge. I'm going Central. VK.
Tight one. Slidell.
George Peppers.
Home court decides it. Slidell close.
Live Oak against Ponchatoula. Just saw Live Oak play. Ponchatoula big. VK.
Ponchatoula, not even close.
George.
Pick based on anger. Ponchatoula by 30.
Ponchatoula by 30. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, brother. Division One select. Let me get it on the screen first. Division One select. Let me get it on the screen because this first one we about to talk about, I think we might be talking about this for a good second. Bonneville traveling to the number one seed, St. Thomas More. St. Thomas More, one loss on the year. Can Bonneville beat a team that can knock them out? I think they can, but I think it's not going to happen. I think St. Thomas More wins by a couple points. BK.
I think it'll be another close game, great ball game in itself. But Micah Hagan's schedule that they put that schedule together for a reason. For a game like this, Honorable is playing the right basketball at the right time. I like the Bonneville Bruins to get to the quarterfinals. They go up to St. Thomas More to win. Because the thing is, here's the thing about Bonneville. We seen them on Jared. I think Bonneville is going to give St. Thomas More some matchup problems, some big matchup problems. So I think Bonneville will pull this off.
GP.
Two long trips in a short time. Look, love what Coach Higgins has done with that group. They did get a resounding win on the road. Man, I want to. I really do. But St. Thomas More's
Do
got
it.
one L on the year. St. Thomas More gets it done.
All right. Back to picking quickly. Jesuit going to Alexandria. Jesuit Blue Jays. VK.
Jesuit Blue Jays to the quarters.
GP.
This is the team that's going to beat St. Thomas More. Jesuit.
All
Mm.
right. All right.
Woo!
Okay, moving
Hey.
on. Here we go. For the third time this season, Edna Carr against St. Augustine. Can St. Aug finally get a win over Edna Carr when it matters the most? I think it'll be another close ball game, but I got Carr. VK, who you got?
Oh,
It's a tough one. It's a real tough one here. Both games were close indeed. And St. Aug usually in looking at the history of St. Augustine basketball, they usually come up big in rematches, or sometimes they come up short. Third
Third time the charm? Is that what you're saying?
time the charm, but I think Carr has just been so tough and squeak out tough games and wins. Like I said, Carr is a dangerous team that could get to the top 28. I'm going to stick with the Carr Cougars. Close
GP?
one.
I'm picking this without the rest. On my own free will. St. Aug is going to beat Etna Carr on the road. They're going to beat them because of the playoff seasoning that they've had, and they are known to winning playoff games. They wallop Tioga. They're going to knock off Edna Carr and get to the quarters.
Okay. All right, guys, back to quick and pickly. Picking
Quick and
quickly.
Pickley?
Yeah, picking pickly, Lord. Picking quickly.
Well, that
Uh,
Shaw spelling, that Shaw English ain't doing no good.
yeah, whatever. St. Paul's at Pineville. I got Pineville. VK.
Whew, I would, but I'm not going to do it.
No,
Pineville, they'll get back to the quarters.
GP.
that Rebels team is real good. Pineville, solid.
Captain Shreve hosting McKinley. Bam! McKinley with the upset to the quarters. McKinley. VK.
Gotta agree with you, Jared. McKinley. Captain Shreve has not been there before, has not been in deep in these playoffs. They don't have the pedigree. McKinley.
George Peppers.
Home court don't mean nothing. Wow. Okay.
I'm
Long
just
trip
saying.
though for McKinley. Captain Tree is going to beat him.
Okay. Brother Martin, Southwood. I got Southwood.
I'm going with the Brother Martin Crusaders to pull off the upset. Southwood has not been this deep in the playoffs in years. And they're having a great season. They've been coming along lately, but I think Brother Martin is going to pull this one off.
GP.
I'll go with VK here. Brother Martin. Strength of the Catholic League sees them through into the quarterfinals. Brother Martin.
All right. Picking quickly Lafayette, Scotlandville. I'm going to go with Scotlandville. VK.
I'm gonna go with Scotlandville as well. Go with Scotlandville, close one.
George Peppers. He hasn't been.
Another team with playoff pedigree. Scotlandville.
All right. Catholic, defending champions, going to Liberty. Liberty. VK.
There'll be a new champion this year, Liberty.
There you go. George Peppers.
Liberty. Keep rolling. Let's get it.
All right. We're going to go to Division 2, non-select. Let me get up on the screen first. There it is. All right. Here we go. Iowa, Southborough Guard. Iowa. VK.
Iowa.
George.
Iowa.
Gotcha. Plaquemine going to Franklin Parish. Close ball game. Very close. May come down to a last shot. Franklin Parish. VK.
I agree. Franklin Parish.
Road team pulls off the mild upset. Plaquemine.
Okay. Crowley going to Northwest. I got Northwest. VK.
I'm gonna go with Northwest as well.
GP.
Make it 3. I got the favorite. Northwest gets it.
All right. Jennings going to Bruley. Bruley.
Bruley talked about a lot this year. They're gonna start adding to the promise. Bruley.
All right. Minden going to Carroll. I have Carroll.
Carroll.
Okay. Opelousas going to Bossier. Opelousas.
Ooh, you sure about this?
You ain't lying.
I'm not knocking you because the football success, my brother, and I'm knocking what Appaloosa's basketball is doing. But are you sure you want to take this? Because I'm telling you now, Bossier is a team. You've seen it over the years. George noticed they know how to blow and ruin parties. But you want to go? I respect you. I respect you on that. I respect you, my brother. I'm respect you on that. I'm going with Bossier. Don't be surprised they'll pull away big in the second half.
When he makes those proclamations, Jared, that's usually a swing and a miss, huh? But in this one, I will agree with him. Bossier.
All right. Boshin hosting Lakeshore. I'm gonna go Boshin. VK.
Boshin is the better team in this one. I'm gonna go with Boshin.
All right. GP.
On paper, they are, and I'm going with the upset. Lakeshore.
Okay. North Vermilion going to Wassman. We all got Wassman. I know we do. Yep, there it is. All right. Now we're gonna go to Division 2 select. Let me get it up on the screen for everybody to see. All right, here we go. Madison Prep hosting Washington Marion. Hey, VK, you saw the footage. I showed you the footage of Lake Charles College Prep and Washington Marion. All the fans that were outside. Man, I know that game was off the chain. 2-point win for Washington Marion. And that's great for them. Great for them. Hopefully this program will come back up and get back to where it was, winning a state title some years ago. But Madison Prep's gonna win this. VK.
Madison Prep, not even close.
GP.
Damn. All right, Madison Prep, pretty big.
All right. Buckeye traveling to Archbishop Hannon to take on Coach Goff and Drew Timmons. Drew Timmons has a big game. Archbishop Hannon.
Archbishop Hannon, not even close.
Closer game. I'm going to go with Hannon, though. Buckeyes got a really good program up and coming. Hannon.
All right. Vanderbilt Catholic hosting St. Michael the Archangel. Vanderbilt Catholic Terriers.
Vanderbilt Catholic to the quarters.
Terriers win it. St. Michael, got a good win in round 1, but Vanderbilt gets it.
St. Louis Catholic from Lake Charles coming down to take on the Archbishop Shaw Eagles. Archbishop Shaw.
I think St. Louis is gonna be coming ready to play, but I like Shaw in this one.
We can't try to slip that hatred in
Yeah,
there,
I
JB.
know, bro. I know,
No,
bro.
no,
I mean, I know, bro. I
no,
know.
no. It ain't no hatred.
All right.
Anytime a team wins by 20, very impressive in the first round. Just saying.
Who they beat? Booker T. Washington and Shreveport. Okay. Duly noted.
Regardless, they won by 20 though.
I
It
understand
ain't
that.
like they lost by 5, 6 points.
No, I get it. All right. I feel that. But the uncrowned champions of the Catholic League, right, JB?
That's
Shaw?
right. That's right.
I'm just saying, bro. I mean, some of us disagree. Two of us do. Figure it out. But they'll beat St. Louis, and I wanted to say it like this. That's the Saints, right? St. Louis. You know the old
Yes, sir.
chant, who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? Shaw. That's who.
All right. That's right. Now, North Side at Lafayette Christian. I have
You
Lafayette
skip
Christian.
one.
I did? I did. I'm
George
sorry.
Washington Carver
Yep.
and De La
Yes,
Salle.
sir. George Washington Carver versus De La Salle on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. George Washington
Carver.
Carver. There we go.
BK's favorite players on Carver's team, right? The center.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dude. But he talks about it. He a fanboy. That's fanboy. But Carver gets it done. De La Salle upset Bunky in round one. Ain't happening. Carver.
All right. North Side going to Lafayette Christian. This gonna be the
Oh,
closest
jeez.
game of the weekend. I mean, of Tuesday night. Because Northside has a victory over Lafayette Christian, but I think Lafayette Christian gets revenge and wins it in a close scoring game. Lafayette Christian.
North Side return to prominence. They get the win over Lafayette Christian.
Ooh. VK. That's what I'm talking about.
North
Here's the
Side
problem
been
with that.
North Side been coming up, man.
I
They've been
figure, dog.
coming
I
back.
figure.
So,
And they score, and they have a high octane offense. 88 points in round one. That says something. I'm going with that. I'm going to go with Lafayette Christian, though.
There you go. Landry hosting Edie White. Landry.
Landry.
You sure?
Uh-oh.
You sure? I mean, Edie White coming out of a good district, you know, upset Evangel on the road, but now they got to go to Landry because Landry had to buy. I don't know. Landry has had some middling results down the stretch. They haven't been that team. And when you take, was it their guard? I think you were mentioning JB
Yep.
out of the equation. That's a very middling basketball team. I think they're vulnerable. The problem is, I'm not sure Edie White's good enough to beat them. Landry wins it, but it's not going to be pretty.
All right. John F. Kennedy going to Peabody. And word is Peabody's best player, Jordan Matthews, is supposedly out with a broken hand. Supposedly, but word is he's supposed to play this game. If Jordan Matthews don't play, Peabody still wins. I got
Yep.
Peabody over Kennedy big. George
Peabody,
Pepper. I mean VK.
Peabody, they're way too deep. Way too deep. They got more, it's more than Jordan Matthews. So
Yep.
it's gonna be Peabody.
And that press defense that we saw on display at the Sugar Bowl. This is a team that will defend you till the cows come home, prop their feet up, put the TV on, get that TV dinner working. Uh, Peabody, big.
Uh-huh. See, somebody told me that the coaches from Peabody were scouting the David Thibodeau and Kennedy game, and somebody
Yep.
told me, yeah, Peabody left shaking the head like this. They don't want to play Kennedy. Like, what? Where y'all get this from, man? Peabody ain't scared of nobody, man.
The blasphemy.
Peabody ain't scared of nobody. Like
Yep.
this is tradition, man, in the state of basketball. Charles Smith is a freaking legend, man. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, Peabody don't want to
Would
play
you say
Kennedy
John F. Kennedy, legend killer?
if they win.
Well,
I mean, if they
well,
do.
They
well,
win.
the only legend killer to Charles Smith, to be honest with you, is Salmon High School. They went up to Salmon twice and lost to them in back-to-back quarterfinal years.
Mm.
So that's the enemy of that. And that was a time that they
Was
kind
Chris
of try to
Duhon
get, huh?
was Chris Duhon on that team?
This was years after Chris Duhon was on that.
Oh, okay, okay,
This was years after. This was like a 2008-9 season.
okay, cool.
So
All
yeah.
right, we're gonna move on right quick to Division Three non-select, and we're gonna be quick with all these right here. French Settlement against Sterlington. I think we got French. I think we all.
Mhm.
I think we all agree French Settlement.
So,
Yes.
All
yes.
right. Doyle at Donaldsonville. I'm going Doyle. What about you, VK?
Doyle and Donaldsonville. Wow. I got Donaldsonville, man.
All right. GP?
Go Tigers, right? Isn't Donaldsonville's the Tigers, right?
That's it. That's it.
I mean, that's the Ed Ogeron one. Go Tigers. Donaldsonville, my pick.
Madison against Port Allen. I got Madison. VK.
I think the defending state champions is going to refuse to die. Port Allen in the quarters.
Ooh,
Hey,
my
all right.
boy,
Hey,
stepping
all
out.
right. All
21.
right.
The four-time state champions, they
Correct.
gonna rise up one more time and live another week, live another
Okay.
game. I
All
like
right.
Port Allen.
All right.
Mm, mm, mm. Champions are tough to dethrone, right? Port
Yeah.
Allen, you would think they're vulnerable. They did get a resounding win in round one on the road. Got to do it again. I'm going VK. I'm stepping out too. Port Allen. Upset.
Okay. Red River. Vinton. I got Vinton.
Vinton,
Okay.
Make it a sweep, Vinton.
Winfield versus Gina. I got Winfield.
Winfield,
Hmm.
Winfield as well.
All right. Lauraville versus Marksville. I'm gonna go with Marksville.
we'll go with Marksville as well.
Okay.
Program continues to make strides. Tigers to the quarterfinals. Marksville.
Richwood and Patterson. I got Richwood.
Rich what? Rich Wood.
What? Where were you going with that one?
Yeah.
Ridgewood. Yeah, Ridgewood gets it.
All right.
Coach Carter, you don't remember that? Rich what?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Uh
Man.
huh. Vidalia.
Okay.
Vidalia at Rayville. I got Rayville.
Rayville.
I'm gonna make it a clean sweep. Rayville gets it done.
Rayville gets it done. All right. And as I get back to the playoff brackets, bear with me for 1 second. I will put this up. Division Three select. Here we go. Bear with me, everybody. So y'all I want y'all to see the bracket as well. All right, here we go. Division Three select. Newman and Thomas Jefferson. Shout out to Thomas Jefferson with their playoff win
Yes.
the other night. But we all are gonna go Newman, correct?
Newman.
Yes, we are.
All right. Country Day at Sophie B. Wright. Ooh, boy. Oh man, what a game it's gonna be. But I think Country Day is gonna walk out with the victory. BK.
It should be a very close game. Two very good coaches that I respect very highly,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be really really close. But I think Country Day has the better team. I think Country Day will get it done in a squeaker.
George.
Mike McGuire versus Randy Livingston in a quarterfinal. Sign me up. I got Country Day, but close.
Okay. St. Thomas Aquinas versus Helix Mentorship Academy. Casey Rowbottom playing for St. Thomas Aquinas. Yeah, St. Thomas Aquinas. VK.
Got to agree with you. Falcons in the to the quarterfinals.
George.
Picking a Louisiana man, picking up Falcons. I'm with you. St. Thomas Aquinas gets it.
All right. Episcopal going to the state runner-ups from last year, Calvary Baptist. Calvary Baptist.
Calvary Baptist.
Cavaliers go on.
Okay. University Lab hosting Sarah T. Reed. ULab.
I got ULab as well. Good run for Sarah T. Reed.
University Lab gets it. Sarah Reed, I'll give you that weekend. Nice effort by those guys in round one, but Cubs get it done. Fly to W.
So Wright did beat um Country Day early in the year. But we'll see what happens this time. Dwight Jarrett. I know who beating your team though. Moving on.
Damn. Wow.
Good
Capital
Lord.
at
That
Catholic
boy
of
tripping.
Capital at Catholic of New Iberia. I got Catholic of New Iberia.
I got Cadillac New out there as well.
Uh-huh.
Same here. I'm gonna go with CNI. Kathleen New Iberia gets it done.
All right. St. Charles. What a year St. Charles Catholic has had. They're hosting Parkview Baptist. St. Charles.
St. Charles to the quarters.
Okay.
St. Charles should have put it against Calvary Baptist in the Superdome. Just saying. Uh, they win over Parkview.
Pope John Paul II traveling to Dunham. I got Dunham.
Good run for Pope John Paul. I mean, very good run. Impressive victory in the first round. But I think Dunham gets it done. Dunham is hungry.
Dunham too strong. They get it.
All right. Division 4 non-select. Here we go. Lakeview hosting Faraday. Lakeview.
Lakeview Faraday. I gotta go with Lakeview. They this might be their year.
Feels like it, doesn't it? Lakeview gets it done.
Arcadia going to Welch. I have Welch.
I'm gonna go with the Hornets Arcadia, man. I think Arcadia trying to get themselves back to prominence. I like the Hornets going back to the quarters. First time, long time.
All right.
Tough road spot in there though against Welsh. I'm gonna go with the Greyhounds at home, close.
All right. North Central hosting East Iberville. I'm going to go North Central.
I agree. North Central going to the quarters.
North North Central perennial power. They make their next step into the quarterfinals. They beat East Iberville.
All right. Lake Arthur going to Pickering. I got Pickering.
I agree. Going with Pickering as well.
Pickering Red Devils get it done.
All right. Oakdale and White Castle. So, the girls are playing in the semifinals. I picked White Castle. In case of the boys, I'm going Oakdale.
I'm gonna go with Oakdale as well. I think Oakdale gets it done in a close ball game.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go Oakdale as well. I'm gonna make it a clean sweep.
All right. South Plaquemines going to Franklin. Can South Plaquemines pull off the upset? If Coach Lyle Feet, who's also the AD, if he's watching, I think Franklin wins.
Ooh, Jared, you developing some enemies tonight, man.
Well, you ain't
Hey,
lying.
hey, wait! You remember when for the jamboree when I picked Booker T. Washington? Boy, that boy, Coach Lyle Feet texted me, man, like, man, how dare you? How dare you? And his wife's my cousin. And she like, oh, you going against us? I'm like, I gotta be fair. What you want me to do?
And they wound up winning. So so he had to take a lot that day, man. I remember that stuff.
Yeah,
But I gotta agree with you on that. Franklin gets it done.
George.
Certified.
How many your knows are you gonna get, Jared, if South Plaquemines beats Franklin? I mean,
Ooh.
that's what I want to know. How many of them? Hey man, I ain't developing no
Ooh.
enemies. I got love, but all the love in the world. I'm gonna go with the home side though. Franklin gets it.
All
Boy,
right.
South Plaquemines wins. Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
Man, you ain't lying.
Oh, about to get it. I'm gonna
Ooh.
get it. I'm gonna get it. All right, guys. All right, here we go. Delhi hosting Northeast. I'm going Northeast with the win.
Hill High and Northeast. Interesting here. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I think I'm gonna go Northeast as well.
There we go. GP, who you got?
I don't know. Tease them. I was gonna pick them too until y'all two clowns picked them. I'll make it three. Northeast.
All right. And then Block versus Ringgold. I got Ringgold.
I got Ringgold as well.
Check in the sports chat lines, high school chat lines about Ringgold. Boy, to talk about that group. Uh, Destiny, maybe. They'll get blocked easily in this round.
All right.
Over here.
Division 4 select. Crescent City hosting Delhi Charter. The Pioneers of Crescent City gets the win. VK.
Pio. to the quarters.
GP.
Crescent City is a different team than what we saw at the El Ariel Center earlier this year. Remember, they were six players strong that day, and I think they were missing two. That compliment is there. Crescent City, big.
Vermilion Catholic going to St. Frederick. I'm going St. Frederick, VK.
I agree. I go with Saint Frederick. I think the experience will kick in this one.
I agree with you guys too. I'm going to go with the home side. St. Frederick gets it.
Lincoln Preparatory School hosting Highland Baptist. I got Lincoln Preparatory.
I got Lincoln as well.
Yeah, Highland Baptist with the first round upset, not happening. Lincoln Prep gets it.
Opelousas Catholic going to St. Mary's. I'm gonna go St. Mary's.
I agree. St. Mary's as well.
All right. And as you can see, we had a couple
Oh
games.
well.
A couple. Oh, I'm sorry, George. Go ahead. My fault.
I mean, I was going to pick St. Mary's too and make it short and sweet, like you said. What do you say? One word answers. St. Mary's.
There we go. My fault. All right. Southern
You good?
Lab and Sacred Heart played today, and Southern Lab got the win over Sacred Heart. They're moving on, and Hamilton Christian destroyed Ascension Christian. Hamilton Christian moves on. All right. Central Catholic hosting Westminster Christian. I'm going with Westminster Christian.
I agree. I think I'm gonna go with Westminster Christian as well.
Make it three of us. Westminster Christian.
All right. Riverside hosting Psych. Riverside going to St. Martin's. St. Martin's with the victory.
St. Martin's will pull away in a rematch. It's going to be interesting, but I think St. Martin's a better team.
The same Riverside we used to know back in the day. St. Martin's gets it done handily.
All right. As we move on to Division 5 non-select. Zawali. I love Zawali. I was just that name, man. I don't know. It's something about it. It just sounds
Wow.
tough, strong. Zawali. Taking on Georgetown. And these are not the Georgetown Hoyas we're talking about. Zawali is a powerhouse. They're there every year. Zawali.
I got Zawali as well.
Yeah, you're saying this ain't the Georgetown Warriors. Maybe it's a good thing because that team is atrocious in the Big East. Swally.
All right. Simsboro and Singer. I got Simsboro.
I got Simsboro as well.
All right.
Hey, well, y'all two picking them. I'm gonna go with the team singer because they're gonna sing the tune of Sweet Chin Music and put themselves into the quarterfinals.
Lord. All right. As we can see, Hicks, the 12 seed, defeated the 5 seed Doyline
Hmm.
today, and the 4 seed Negreet defeated 13 seed Midland. All right. Lacassine hosting Chaldron. Lacassine.
Like a scene.
Mm-hmm.
Unanimous, like I said.
All right. Ebarb going to Gibbsland Coleman. Gibbsland Coleman.
Gibson Coleman. I think that's the same team that was in the semis last year and got kind of screwed over a bit in the semis.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna go with Gibson Coleman.
All right.
Gibson Coleman wins it.
There you go. Hornbeck, 26 seed, got that big win over the 7 seed Quitman. They're going to take on number 10, Pleasant Hill. I got Pleasant Hill.
Pleasant Hill moves to the quarters.
Pleasant Hill gets it done.
And 18 seed Holden going to number 2 seed Anacoco. I have Anacoco.
The Anacoco Tigers heading to the quarters.
I'm with you. Anacoco to the quarterfinals handily.
All right, we're getting to Division 5 select. And we'll be done with the show after this. Here we go. As you can see, we have all right. So Avoyos Public Charter has a bye up until March 1st.
Mhm.
St. Joseph Clarksville defeated Northside Christian a couple of days ago. So they move on. Plainview defeated Christ Episcopal School. So Plainview moved on. Um, so who wins out of family community and Rapides? I'm going repeats. VK.
Going to repeats as well.
I'm going with Rapids as well. Know that program a little bit. Yeah, they'll find their way into the quarters.
Okay. Episcopal of Acadiana defeated Alexandria Country Day, and Claiborne Christian defeated Oak Hill. J.S. Clark Leadership Academy has a bye. They'll waste the winner of Jehovah Jireh and Family Christian. I'm going Family Christian.
I'm gonna go with Jehovah Jireh to pull the mild upset and to get to the quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the favorite, Family Christian, but I do want to shout out APC, top seed, defending state champions. Got a little soft spot for that program. I think of all. I hope they do it again. I hope they go back to back. Would be nice to see. But for this game, Family Christian beats Jehovah Jireh.
All right. And ladies and gents, that is it for the Hash It Out show. We will be back here Wednesday to let you know who we got going to um, the finals for the boys, pretty much. And if any girls happen to have some final matchups happening, we'll say who we're going to pick for them also. But we'll see. We'll see. But VK, last words?
Well, good show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Good way to start the week and everything else. And continue to support us. We appreciate everybody continue to join us each and every week. We're gonna be. I'll tell you one thing. Should we say what we're gonna be at next week, Jared, or just wait till Wednesday?
You can say it. Say it a secret.
Well, next week, me and JB actually is gonna be in Hammond Thursday to catch a couple semifinals of the girls top
I
28.
don't know if I'm there yet. That's why I told you.
Well, possibility. I'm gonna rephrase possibility. But next week for sure,
Yeah.
we will be in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and we possibly might do a couple of shows from out of Lake Charles. So we're looking forward to doing that. And like I said, we'll continue to grow on the Hash It Out show, man.
GP.
Damn, I feel left behind. Y'all going to Hammond and Lake Chuck, and I didn't get an invite.
Um,
Come on,
somebody asked me for
Come on, CEO.
somebody asked me for a ride to Hammond, and I said I don't know if I'm going yet. I don't know. I
Man, I
don't
feel
know.
hurt. I feel hurt right now. I mean, just legit.
I would,
Man,
George. I would let you know if I was going.
I already know. I
Hey,
already know.
hey,
Judas. VK. No, I'm kidding. I'm playing. No, but my work. Y'all talking about going to Hammond when Thursday this week, right?
Thursday.
What about the weekend?
No, I won't. I
Uh,
won't. On Friday, I
No.
won't even be in the state, so I won't
oh,
see
that's
you.
right. You going to yeah, you talking about for the World Championships? I think you going
No, it's just a regular tournament. It's not the
a
World
regular
Championship.
tournament.
Yeah,
Lake Charles next week. When are y'all going out there?
I'm gonna get to Lake Charles Thursday morning.
Oh, okay.
And I'm probably leaving. I might be leaving Monday.
So I
Probably
guess
because
Nunez and BRCC are on the road that week. Am I right?
well, BRCC is on the road.
Mhm.
Nunez actually has two neutral sites,
Mhm.
one on Friday and one on Sunday, which I will make the Sunday game.
This coming
So
Sunday, right?
no, the following
Or the
Sunday.
following Sunday.
Following, yeah, the Sunday like right after the
Championships.
top 20 is over. Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm gonna be possibly
See,
gone for
I'm
a whole
off
week.
next weekend. Next weekend for whatever, but it is what it is. Um, God, I hate my work schedule sometimes.
I know you do.
Missing all the good stuff. Nah, but my last words for the night. Listen, I do want to say some things about what happened this weekend as part of my last word. What happened at Wake Forest was a complete fallacy on Saturday, and it shows you where enthusiasm meets stupidity. And that's exactly what happened. Because if you watch the tape, and look, I'm not going to get into an elongated debate. 10,000, 12,000 somewhat fans rolling on the court, and Duke's top player, Kyle Filipowski, an unfortunate victim. I mean, it looked like an ambush on him, and it sucks, and now he's got a sprained ankle. But I get college kids being enthusiastic. I get it. I love it. But come on, man, we got to use some common sense, people. Use some common sense. And whatnot. But and then the LSU thing last week when they beat Kentucky, then they turn around and lose like a drum to Mississippi State. I'm like, come on, Matt McMahon, where's the consistency? That's crazy and whatnot. And you guys were in Hammond for the UNO women's game Saturday, and I read and saw there was some horrible call late on that UNO really should have had a chance to finish that thing off. Don't know what happened. Y'all were there. I guess y'all could tell me later on. But you know what? We're getting into the throes of March Madness. The conference tournaments are going to start here in the next week or two. And that's where all three of us are going to be scouting for those 13s, 12s. Who knows? Maybe one of us will be brave enough to pick a 14, 15, or 16 this year. I don't know. I do know this. Duke's still a team to beat. Just saying. Y'all two wanted to rail on me because they got spanked.
Hurt.
Y'all wanted to rail on me against Ohio State, but then UConn turned around and got smashed by Marquette, Creighton. But that's okay. That's okay. And VK, I got a future bet for you for baseball. And Jared will love me if I do make this bet. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I might, and I hate to do this, being a diehard Mets fan, I hate to do this, but 12-1 is looking mighty tasty on the New York Yankees if they could win it all this year. I mean, they could. And VK about to lose his lunch. Look at him. Look at him. Up there goes off the screen. He's probably muting himself, MFing me, and all that stuff. It's all good. Look, but I'm dead serious concerned about. I mean, thinking the Yankees might be that team this year. They might. Soto, Aaron Judge healthy. Garrett Cole, you need some help on the pitching staff. Aaron Boone, don't screw it up. Y'all just might win it because I don't. I know who I don't want to win, and it ain't the Braves, the Dodgers. I don't want them billionaires to win nothing. Hell, I hope Arizona wins the West. So,
The Dodgers is becoming the Yankees. That's what happened. Now they
nah,
want
but
to
they're
spend
gonna.
money as well.
They, they should have fired Dave Roberts after last season, but that's just me. Too many
Uh,
playoff joke jobs. They should have fired that dude. But that's my
not happening.
opinion.
Not happening.
No, it ain't because Magic Johnson and those guys are out there. They're that corporation and all that. But yeah, pitchers and catchers reported last week. Baseball's exhibitions got started, and if anybody wants to wager on that, y'all are sicker than I thought. Sick, like legit. I mean, actually, dude, I tell you, one of my coworkers like, you don't bet preseason baseball? I'm like, no, no, not ever,
Oh, I read it.
never. I mean, no, dude, that's general. That's what's the word? VK degenerate, degenerate. That's my God, man. I'm like, you got no life if you're doing that.
Oh boy.
Hell, they set up tea times in the preseason. You kidding?
Oh man. And on that
That's
note,
some.
ladies and gentlemen, on that
Who we
note,
got Wednesday night?
right now we don't have nobody Wednesday night, but hopefully we will have somebody
Uh,
Wednesday night.
we got Born Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. My fault. My fault. Oh
Who
my God. Greg Boyne, the new head coach of the Hornville Tigers football
we
team.
got?
Yes,
Oh, sweet.
we got Greg Boyne. How could I forget? Yes. My fault. My fault. So we
Go
got Greg
ahead. Come
Boyne.
on, CEO.
We got Greg. Hey man, it's been a long day. But anyway, we
I
got
know.
Greg
Yeah,
Boyne.
man.
We got Greg Boyne, and our plan is to have another coach after they win on Tuesday. Like it's gonna like contact him immediately and see if we get him on the next day. So
Yeah,
hopefully,
Coach Wesley.
no, not Coach Wesley. No, 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 no.
Okay.
So, but
What about Saint Aug? If they win against Carr.
We'll tell you when we get it.
Oh, I know. Stay tuned to the socials. Stay tuned to our socials and
Lord,
everything else. But I'm just trying to pitch an idea to you guys.
I know you are.
Because especially on the St. Aug beats Carr. Oh my goodness. I picked him. I know BK.
V-
An alumnus didn't pick him. I
VK
did.
go VK gonna talk about that so
He
much. But
can't.
anyway,
He picked against him.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. He's hoping that St. Aug wins. Yeah,
I know.
he,
Oh, I
he
know.
is. Oh, so they win. He gonna be talking. We did it. We did it. No, no, no. Anyway, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the show tonight. We thank you for tuning in. We're back Tuesday at 7:30 for VK Jones, for George Peppers. I am JB the Sports Guy. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Y'all take care.
You're watching the Hash It Out Show!
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out